Corey Graves, the world's worst color commentator, could be gone for WWE.
Apparently, the woke section, the millennials, the lefties, they don't like Corey Graves' commentary, especially when it's regarding women's matches. So I could only fucking imagine how they would feel about Jerry the King Lawler back in his prime.
Exactly, and he was on Raw, Jerry, and he buried Nikki Cross. It was great.
What did he? Fucking
Aye,
brilliant.
someone was backstage. We're kind of going off topic here, but someone was backstage and they asked Nikki Cross for an autograph, and then she went to give her it. He's like, "Oh, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him." And out came the King. He's like, "You're just not as over as me, there." Woo! That was pretty much it because they were in Memphis. The King's over.
The King's over wherever he goes. Anyway, WWE fan Elisa Marino. Now I don't know if she is supposed to be somebody,
Or it's just some random.
or this could be some random person on Twitter
Yeah.
that Corey Graves has wasted his time. And I think when wrestlers respond to these people, they look like fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, I even got Wade Barrett to block me. Like, I mean, the fact he even went for the hassle he did, that's a bit.
Sad.
I think
Like
so.
Austin just wouldn't like.
No.
No.
So, anyway, WWE fan Elisa Marino wrote the following quote: "When an announced team can't focus on a match and is constantly commentating on the physical appearance of competitors, especially when it's women in the ring."
Well, so just when it's women then? So it's alright. It's alright when it's boys.
Can I finish this quote or what?
I know. Well, I just jumped in there.
Especially when it's women in the ring. It's time to find professional broadcasters who can tell the story without being distracted by the athletes. I don't often share my take on things, but I work hard to prepare myself as a broadcaster. I've studied how great commentary teams can elevate matches. I'm actually going to interrupt myself this time. That is true that great commentary teams can elevate matches, but she probably thinks great commentary teams is two Japs talking on New Japan, and that, to be honest, it's just not.
Let's be real, like, King and JR, all they did was bury people. Especially King. So, are they not great?
Anyway, I'll finish this quote here. "I've studied how great commentary teams can elevate matches, but it's really grating to hear announcers get lost in how attractive they think competitors are in the midst of the match." Unquote. Right, so first of all, before we discuss Corey Graves' response, we'll talk about this. First of all, she's saying that she doesn't want commentators talking about the physical appearance of the wrestlers, especially women. That's the first thing you notice. That is the main attraction. That is, when you look at Hulk Hogan, you see the 34-inch pythons or whatever they were. You know what I mean? You see Freakzilla, Scott Steiner coming out roided up, you know what I mean? You see Shawn
someone's
Michaels, the boy toy, Undertaker, the dead man. The appearance is what you fucking talk
He's
about.
7 foot tall.
Oh, the Big Show. Well, no, I mean, how many times did Joey... And I know it pissed you off. How many times
You
did
need to see him in person.
Joey Styles go, "He's 7 foot tall, over 500 pounds. TV doesn't do this guy's size justice." The fucking reason they're talking about their physical appearance, because that is the main fucking attraction.
Unless
That
you're
is.
blind.
That is.
Unless you're blind.
So, I don't know what she's talking about. She doesn't want announcers to commentate on the physical appearance of others. And physical appearance isn't just even necessarily your looks or your body. It can be your facial expressions and stuff like
Exactly.
that. So how are we not supposed to... how are we not supposed to talk
No, but
about
it just shows you, right? We're in 2021. See if she was getting it because he was being negative and calling someone like a fat bastard or something. I'm not even get it, but
that? So I mean, anytime something's
can't he
happening,
do something positive?
JR can't even say, "Look at the eyes of Stone Cold. Look at the..."
No, I can't say that, brother.
So, I mean, and I want to say, fucking Carmella's gimmick is the most beautiful woman in WWE.
So if Graves can't put it over, what the fuck else
So
is
how
the
can he get the
commentator?
gimmick over? It's not like he's fucking marking out over his fiance, or that even if she wasn't, it's not like he thinks that, you know, he's just like pure pervert on Carmella. It's nothing to do with that. The reason he talks about Carmella's appearance more is because her whole gimmick. It's she's the most beautiful woman in WWE.
And Selena comes out with her, and he always refers to her as royalty because she's Queen Selena.
Exactly. So, you know, I don't get that. Anyway, Graves' response was, quote, "Well then, I suggest you find a different field in sports entertainment. If you can't differentiate between a TV character and an actual journalist, then I don't trust anything you have to say. Good luck." So, I mean, I don't think Corey Graves should have gave this person the time of fucking day.
But he did.
But he did. And what he said there, I mean, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. This isn't Corey Graves pure marking out over his fiance being hot on TV. This is Corey Graves trying to get over the character of Carmella, because her gimmick is she's the most beautiful woman in WWE. With the King, I think, even though he was trying to put over the women and the attitude there, and Ruthless Aggression there has been hot, I think the King was trying to get his own character over more.
Exactly.
Because his own character was
A nonce.
pervy, nonce bastard who would happily sleep with 15-year-olds. So, I mean, you know what I mean? There's two things going on here. King was doing both, right? King was putting over how hot the women looked, but he was also getting over his own character. Corey Graves is more, in my opinion, not really getting over his character, because that ain't really his character. He's not like the King. But he's basically trying to get over the fact that Carmella's the hottest woman in WWE or whatever. Graves then later wrote the following. And to me, this is... I don't like this, because he had to write something else later on, which is almost like he's backtracking. I think what he said there previously was fine.
Yeah, he didn't have to do anything else.
But he later went on to say, quote, "In 2021, being engaged to an absolutely wildly talented, beautiful woman and talking about how amazingly beautiful and talented I think she is on TV because we work at the same place is somehow offensive to people on Twitter." So there, he's almost having to defend it now, and he's almost having to go, well, she's my fiance. Doesn't matter. I mean, Corey Graves could not know Carmella in person. They could, you know what I mean? They could, like...
He's doing his fucking job.
They could be absolute strangers. If he's putting her over as being hot and beautiful on us, that's him doing his job as the colour commentator, because that's her gimmick, right? So, he didn't have to... Then he went on and says, "Call me the troll Buffy." I've never liked this guy. He's a
fruitcake.
He is, but you know what? I guess I don't mind the guy. I'll defend him over lefties. Then some guy called Norman Q. I'm going to doubt this is. I'm going to assume this isn't Norman Smiley.
Better not be.
He's got a blue tick. Oh no, he's white. He's got Glex on. He writes about people in wrestling. Englishman in LA. Well, lives in Los Angeles. He must be a fucking massive lefty. This guy's got a blue tick, but has 1.17 followers on Twitter.
Is that a fake tick?
I don't know. Looks real enough to me.
Hover over it.
That's fucking mad that a guy with just over 1,000 followers. And look at that, he's following 787, so how many of them are like for like? Oh, you follow me, I'll follow you.
What a nonsense, like.
That's pathetic. How can someone like that get verified? Anyway, this
We have
guy...
more fucking subs than he has.
Double. This guy went on to say, "Responding to criticism regarding how you talk about women by telling a woman that she's in the wrong line of work probably isn't a good move, but you do you, Corey Graves."
Well, so
because she's a woman, you can't
Fuck
defend
off.
yourself, you can't criticise her. A woman can talk shite, but because she's a woman, you can't say, no, you're wrong. A woman could accuse you of murder, but you can't say, nah, I'm innocent because she's a woman. Makes no
just
sense
fucking
to me.
feminist lefty bastard.
Then Corey Graves went on and replied to him, quote, "Responding to criticism about how I speak on TV about a character portrayed by my actual fiance trumps any of your woke bullshit, but you do you. You're welcome for the virtue signal boost." And unquote. So that's it.
What did Norman Smiley say?
I don't think he responded, and if he did, Corey Graves didn't reply.
Well, there we go.
Oh wait, hold on, he did reply. Norman said, "Woke bullshit is when you think it's ill-advised for a guy who's on TV to tell a female wrestling reporter she's in the wrong line of work." So he's accusing Corey Graves of being woke.
Fuck off. I don't even like Corey Graves, he's a fucking mess, but that guy's a fucking bigger one.
And then the amount of trigger. Someone replies that guy. The amount of triggering the attitude edit would have cost you. Then the guy sort of replies, "I don't care what Corey Graves says on TV." Yeah, he is.
He's near greeting about it.
Nearly greeting about it on Twitter.
And didn't answer his question.
Yeah, then someone else replied to Corey Graves, "I used to be a real fan of you from 2014 to 2017. I'm very disappointed to see what you've become since I stopped watching WWE."
What you've become?
Someone else.
Fuck me, like to make out so he's touched kids or something?
Someone else replied, "Isn't it your job to call the match though? Announcers are supposed to help get the talent in the ring over, and you haven't done that since NXT." That's a ridiculous comment. Very rarely, right, did JR and King ever call the match move by move. They talked more about...
King never did.
And JR talked more about what was happening in the match, who had the momentum.
Previous offense.
Rather,
What's happening at the pay-per-view.
Oh, Spinebuster Triple H. Oh, stomp by Austin. Another stomp by Austin. Oh, Spinebuster by Triple H. Austin going for a back body. It wasn't like that, you know.
Bastard.
You know, he called him, oh, who's got the momentum? Who's they're struggling over that? Oh, the tide's turning. Look at the aggression of Stone Cold. He's whooping his ass. He didn't go, oh, stomps in the corner by Austin. He goes, he's stomping him like a government. You know what I mean? Come on. Fucking load of pish. And then some fucking...
The casual fan doesn't give two fucks about the absolute specific name of the fucking move.
Some nonce with a rainbow coloured flag. Twitter handle says, "Your queer auntie /she/they/them. Hashtag non-binary. Hashtag BLM. Hashtag trans lives matters. Hazard saying, I am not a girl, even though you're a fucking female, get over it. And she says,
No, he says.
He says, she said.
No, he says.
Talk about Finn's bulge then, just to even out the sexual remarks towards women. Well, I highly doubt Corey Graves was talking about Carmella's tits, so I mean, you know. And even her name on Twitter, her fucking name is Pumpkin Spice Tits, so if anyone's talking about overly sexual remarks, I mean, is her fucking name not overly sexual?
No, but see if...
What is it with all these people?
See with Val...
I need to get my Twitter account back, because I need to go on and fucking
But like
destroy
Graves
these
said,
people.
he's talking about her character. It's like, see Val Finis' character, they fucking kept on talking about the fact that he was a porn star.
I know, the big Balboski.
If Val Finis' gimmick was just being Val Finis, like when he's in Right to Censor, there's no mention of it.
You know? So...
Fuck off. Corey Graves in the right, even though he's a wanker guy. That'll do it for Fog Wrestling. Till then.
I don't recall Corey Graves ever talking about how... He doesn't say, oh, any other women are that hot.
Exactly.
He plays it by the... When Charlotte Flair's on, he calls her the Queen, because that's her gimmick. He always talks about Becky being the man. When Alexa was doing the whole fucking Fiend gimmick, I don't remember him saying, oh, look how hot Alexa is. I wish I was married to her instead of Carmella. I mean, I don't remember him saying that shit.
It's Plastic Flair in the Impact Zone.
You know what I mean? Fucking hell. I don't like Corey Graves, but you got to defend him and all these fucking mentally retarded, insane people
Windy
are coming
lickers.
after him. I mean, that guy's right. How would these people have coped in the Attitude Era?
They wouldn't.
Fuck me. They've been slitting their wrists all night long. Woo! Anyway, on that note, they'd have been bleeding more than Ric Flair. Anyway, on that note, Corey Graves, I've never really liked the guy, but he's not in the wrong here. He's in the right, and that's it. Let us know your thoughts down below.
Until then.
Peace.
Till AEW.